Welcome to I Have My Mind Set on Geek, the place where we cut through the comic shop hype and tell you what's actually worth your pull list money. Today we're diving into Ben 10 #1 from Dynamite Entertainment. If you grew up in the mid-2000s, you will recognize the name from Cartoon Network. But this isn't just some nostalgia grab. The original Man of Action creators are back, with Joe Casey writing and Robert Carey on art, promising a fresh, modern take on the classic lore. So like always, we're cracking open the actual book, talking story, art, value, and whether this one deserves a spot on your pull list.
I got my mind set on Geek. I got my mind set on Geek. I got my mind set on Geek.
Let's talk about the physical book first, because there's something important you need to watch for if you do decide to buy the first issue. The solicitation has it listed as a standard 32-page comic. When you hear that, you expect a certain amount of narrative weight. But when you crack open Ben 10 #1, you need to manage your expectations. The actual story content runs exactly 20 pages. The rest of the book is filled out with house ads, variant cover galleries, and back matter. Now, a 20-page story isn't inherently a bad thing. That's classic superhero pacing. But for a brand new universe trying to re-establish its footing and hook both old fans and new readers, that limit means the creative team has to move fast. Fortunately, Joe Casey handles that tight pacing smoothly. The story kicks off right where it all began. 10-year-old Ben Tennyson is on a camping trip with his cousin Gwen and Grandpa Max. A mysterious meteor crashes nearby. Inquisitive Ben goes to investigate, and inside the wreckage, he finds the Omnitrix, that incredible alien gauntlet packed with power and potential. Casey brings a sleek, modern edge to the script while keeping the heart of the original intact. The family dynamics feel grounded, and the humor lands with that signature, cocky Ben Tennyson charm. Just as things really start ramping up and Ben begins to understand the power on his wrist, the issue ends. Because it's only 20 pages, it plays out more like a strong introductory tease rather than a full, satisfying first chapter. What really saves this quick read and elevates the script is Robert Carey's artwork. It is a massive standout. The aliens have a distinct, grounded, and kinetic feel that completely sets this apart from the animated style we all remember. It feels like a proper, mainline superhero comic. The action sequences pop with energy, the Omnitrix designs look high-tech and dangerous, and the transformations hit incredibly hard. They feel heavy, mechanical, and genuinely exciting. It's a classic hero origin setup, but Casey and Carey add enough fresh visual spins and modern touches to make it feel like a true evolution rather than just a lazy retread of a 20-year-old cartoon. But that brings us back to the reality of the comic rack, is that price tag. Dynamite has this priced at $4.99. We all know the market is pushing toward that $5 barrier for big #1s, especially when a publisher launches a heavy variant program. And this book has plenty of them. As a consumer, you have to weigh it. Does a 20-page story justify $5? That's roughly a quarter per page of actual story content. For die-hard fans of the franchise or single-issue collectors like myself, I was excited to see the original creators deliver a fresh take. It's an easy pull. But for casual readers just scanning the shelves looking for a meaty read, that price-to-content ratio might give you pause. My final verdict of Ben 10 #1 is the visual is sharp, with that nostalgic feel, but incredibly brief return to form. Man of Action knows these characters better than anyone, and the potential for a high-stakes, ongoing superhero epic is clearly there. This debut issue gives us a solid foundation. I just wish the story had been given more room to breathe and stretch its legs in its first outing. If you love single-issue hunting and want to get in on the ground floor of this revival done right, grab it. Just go in prepared for a quick read that leaves you wanting more. That's my take. Until next time, keep your eyes on the panels, keep supporting your local comic shops, and keep your mind set on geek. I'm your host, signing off.